Joining me is Chief Investment Officer Hans Stoter, who is new to the world of webcasts, but not new to the world of cameras themselves. Welcome, thank you for being here.
Welcome.
I know that a lot of people know that you've been with INGIM for a number of years, for over 15, but I bet that most people don't know that you're an ex-Marine and in the Green Beret Special Forces nonetheless. Now, I did a little bit of digging, and it seems that our motto is now or never. Now, that sounds very James Bond-like, but what I would like to know from you, whether that is a motto that keeps you personally fired up all day.
The motto indeed is nunc aut nunc quam, now or never. And it does keep you focused on the task today. Mm-hmm. So what do we need to do now? Of course, you shouldn't lose sight of the long term, our end goal. But if you are looking for solutions to fix the long term without being happy for the short term, mm-hmm. I don't think you're ending up in the right place. So what I always try to keep in mind is that we always need to find solutions that work in the short term as well in the long run. So to that extent, nunc aut nunc quam still works.
Happy to hear that. You have been appointed CIO just over a year ago now. Yes. What would you consider your most important achievement thus far?
I don't take that as my personal achievement. I don't think it's that important. I think what we deliver as an institution towards our clients mm-hmm. is what is important. Client satisfaction scores, for example, having them very high, which have a large extent also an investment performance component in them, for me is the most important thing. In the end, we are all working here because clients entrust their money to our care, and we need to take that very, very seriously. Mm-hmm.
You are known in the world of media. You're very well seen and well regarded. Now, I know that you've made a comment about how you'd like this company to be seen, and you mentioned something about us being seen as an income-generating house. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? How do you see that?
Yeah, our company, from its heritage, coming out of the insurance company, the asset manager of the insurance company, has always been very active and very strong in delivering what we would call income through fixed income with a spread. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, we have an important equity franchise focusing on high dividend returns. And if you combine those fixed income with a spread with the high dividend equities and have a multi-asset layer on top of that, you basically have all the components of income as a source of wealth generation at your fingertips. Mm-hmm. And I think income is very, very important, not just for institutional investors, because they need to give a certain return on their assets every single year in order to fulfill their duties towards mm-hmm. their policyholders, for example. But also for retail investors, if you look simply at the aging population, more and more of the wealth of the world is in the hands of retirees or near retirees, mm-hmm. and they basically need that source of wealth to generate an income.
We are building up our emerging markets equities capabilities. What's the rationale behind that? Explain the process that we're in.
Now, we have traditionally a very strong position in emerging market debt, mm-hmm. But not as strong in emerging market equities. And we believe that emerging market equities, even though in the current market circumstance you see some retrenchment by some investment houses and some investors out of that market, we believe in the long run this is where the growth will continue to be mm-hmm. Of the world, the growth source for the world. And we believe we need to have a meaningful presence there. Mm-hmm. So therefore we are building up our emerging equity capability to match our emerging debt capability so that we can also in the future deliver ourselves attractive mm-hmm. multi-asset emerging strategies. And it is an area, emerging equities, that is relatively illiquid and relatively inefficient, and where research, the hallmark of our investment process, mm-hmm. where research as an active manager really can still add value. Mm-hmm.
I have one final question for you. You are very well known for your strong views on attracting the right talent for this company. Now, truthfully and honestly, how easy is it for us as INGIM to attract the right kind of investors?
We focus very hard on team players, creative minds, curious people. Of course, there must be an intellectual standard to adhere to, but I think but intellect you can find. Mindset and mentality is something you select on. And for now, we have been able to always find the right combination of young people who want to get an education and develop, sort of mid-career people who have been delivering good investment returns for our clients for a while and are important to help educate the young people, and top business leaders who have seen it all and basically manage the whole pipeline up the chain in terms of people development. And having that combination, a mindset of learn from the best to become one of the best, is something that really works well in our culture, and it resonates well with the people, the candidates that we talk to.
Thank you, and welcome to the world of webcast media. Till we meet again.